Roshan, and I also thank Dr. Parag to have me here for this wonderful course. And this debate about inside out and all inside repair for the meniscus repair, including the buccal tear and the radial tear of the lateral meniscus. I don't have any rebuttal slides, so I will finish off all the slides, then any questions we will take up. But really, I'm pity of Madan taking this unfavorable topic for him. Really, I don't know, you are maybe enemy of Parag, sir. So I think that when it comes to the meniscus repair, we have the traditional way of doing the meniscus repair. We were all taught that the posterior horn means you do an all inside repair. You do the middle horn, you repair with the inside out, and anterior horn you do with outside in repair. That was the traditional way of treating the meniscus repair 10 years before. But I will come to the why it is all applicable to all the zones. I will come to the next slides. When you come to the inside out repair, this is one of the most least expensive device or repairable sutures for the meniscus tear. It's a very short learning curve and very technically so easy. And you can have a strong repair and good pull-out strength. And when you think about the cost for the bucket handle tear or the mid-radial tear, where you use 6 or 10 repairs, we can use an inside out, even use a 10, even use a 20, because now there is commercially available needles with the threads with low economic needles, which is costing around 2,000 to now 10,000 rupees. So you can choose that. Even you use a 10 or 20, the cost is going to be 30,000 to 1 lakh. But if you think about the all inside, you can have at least 2 lakhs to 3 lakhs rupees if you are using 8 or 10 devices of all inside. This can be afforded only like a rich man like Madan Balal. Madan can afford and he can spend money for his patients doing all inside devices with all his money. But unfortunately, I am from Coimbatore, I am dealing with all the middle class and low socioeconomic patients. It is not possible. So when you use all inside device, naturally you tend to use the less devices because of the cost. So resulting in means going to give a less stability for your sutures, resulting in more failures. You are going to end up with more failures. Now we have the lot of inside out needles like this because it comes with the fixed needles, so you don't need to do anything extra. But if you are a cost effective man, you can use even only needles, and you can incorporate the different threads. You can use the same needle for all the sutures. There are some companies all along with that. So the cost is very, very efficient. And also now we have the zone specific cannulas. We can go up to the anterior horn to the posterior horn just with inside out technique. You don't need to use your all inside devices for everything. And it's reachable to all the zones compared to the all inside device. By doing the just pie crusting like this, and also by having the safety insertion on the both medial and lateral side, you can reach from anterior horn to the posterior horn just doing with the inside out sutures. And also there are studies with where with the inside out repair, where they can suitable for potentially repairable meniscus tear in all the 3 vascular zones. And this is one of the study, come to the literature, you see because most bucket handle tear, if you take the bucket handle tear, both inside out repair and all inside repair, almost equally good results. Maybe this is the only one literature which I found that it's equally good results with equal results. That is for the lateral meniscus again. Again, if you for the medial meniscus has got a high failure rate, whether you use all inside or use inside out, so that all of us know that. We come to the biomechanical studies like a comparative, what is the strength of the repair. So especially for the radial tear and the lateral meniscus and the middle horn, this is about the peripheral gap formation and the extrusion, where they concluded that inside out repair may be advantageous for the radial tears over all inside, because inside out repair can tighten the peripheral side of the radial tear. And if you compare the strength of the repair again, the comparison of all inside meniscus repair device has demonstrated the highest load to failure compared to the all inside devices. And what about the athletes? You see, this is the paper comparing the all inside and inside out devices for the elite athletes, where they have taken 170 athletes with 192 meniscus repair. All inside device failure, you see that 58% failure. You see the inside out is 23%. That is more than 50% failure in all inside compared to the inside out. This published in AGSM 2023. And they also concluded that you see that when you have a inside out sutures where you can use an average of 8.1 sutures compared to the all inside device with 3.1 devices. So naturally you tend to use less sutures compared to the inside out sutures. And also in high physical demands where there is more stress, then you can use the inside out stitches because of the strength. And we know that medial meniscus tears are generally they have a high rate of failure for any kind of repair. And if you use an all inside device, especially in the vulnerable location of the medial meniscus, it results in almost 8 times greater hazard of failure than all inside repair on the lateral tear compared to the lateral side, especially what I am talking about the medial meniscus tears. They have concluded that all inside repair of the medial meniscus tend to higher rate of failure than inside out in elite athletes, and medial meniscus repair fail to higher rate than the lateral meniscus repair, which we know that. What about the return of the sports? This is the paper which is a systemic review and meta-analysis in OIJSM this year, 2025, last year, where the failure rate of all inside is around 23.1% and 12% in the inside out, and especially in the medial meniscus you see that failure 58% of all inside, that is 14.7% failure compared to the inside out device. So the surgeon should consider that inside out techniques first for the athletic patients presenting with the medial meniscal tears who wants to return to the sports. So the all inside technique, trajectory and deployment are technically demanding, especially for the body of the meniscus. Of course, anti-recon we cannot use it. It's very, very difficult even with all the flexible devices. And what happened to the anti-meniscus? It's very, very difficult. And each company has got its own techniques, so you have to learn a lot of techniques that are resulting in more failures, especially in the deployments. And think about the complication of your all inside devices. And they can fail when you load it, and they can form a loose body if it fails. It can have a soft tissue entrapment, and 40% rate of cyst formation have been reported in the literatures. There are so many complications, all inside devices like a device breakage, device irritation, migration, synovitis and chondral damage, component breakage, parameniscal and ganglion cyst formation, saphenous neuropathy. So if the anchor is not implanted in adequate depth, again they have a chances of device pull-out and failure and intra-articular damage. Suppose if anchor implanted too far, if you go inside, then chance of bursal formation, migration and persistent pain and functional limitations. To conclude, all inside devices, definitely big no because of the cost, limited access to all the zones, more failure for the medial meniscus tears, especially in the radial tears, and failure of devices, and also the complications are so high, and return to the sports also, it's better with the inside out. So inside out is a cheaper, more strength, technically easy, and less failure rate, and no post-op complication, and especially preferred in athletes. Then why this debate? I know this Madan's feeling now.
You are taking his time. You took his 1 minute, so he'll get 1 minute advantage. Madan, go.